Hello, WhiteCircleShaman here. This is my first video and I am doing a review of the Empyrean by Threads of Fate Oracle deck. This isn't going to be a complete flip through. I'm sure you can probably find flip throughs somewhere else. I really wanted to dive into the structure of the deck and what the deck does, because the reason that I got it was because it said it would go deep. I want to be able to do work on myself. I want to be able to help others do work on themselves. So I just got it. I've been waiting since like 9 a.m. this morning for it to arrive, and it just got here. It's like 7, so been waiting a while. So aside from it being visually stunning, and let me just show you that it is visually stunning. I mean, the holographic on it is amazing, and I love that the sides are black. I don't have to edge them because I'm a deck modifier, and I love to edge and trim decks. This does not need it. It is borderless. The sides are black. Both sides are holographic. It's amazing. But I will say that what I did notice reading through the book is that, here, let me show you. So this is the list of cards. There's light and shadow, and they come in sets. Each card has its own counterpart to it. It doesn't mean that it's going to the counterpart is going to show up in your reading. It just means that there is a flip side to it, and it just depends on what you get at the time. So I will read the about the deck, because that's the first thing I read when I got it. I did do a 3-card reading. This is pulling the thread, which I think is clever. Really teasing out what the real issue is. I did this spread. I pulled 3 cards. I read what they said for myself, and I will tell you in a little bit how applicable it was to me in my situation right now, which was very applicable. So about the deck, Empyrean is about boldness, but also about nuance. There are 44 cards, but 22 sets, as each card has a companion card. It said the owners or the creators say we are firm believers in wholeness, the dark and the light, so each card brings polarity. This is reflected within the cards themselves. The movement and shifting imagery is indicative of the watery nature of self-work. New layers are always pulling back. Each day we are able to zoom out farther and see more of the bigger picture. The paradox is always present. You get to truly appreciate how things can be many things at once. The answer is often yes and no. Our goal was to create a deck that truly reflected the internal landscape and honored the work this community does on themselves and in the world, which I really appreciate, because that is everything that I stand for, is my small community that I work with and the people in the world that are doing the work for the collective consciousness right now, to bring the baseline vibration up, basically. So I did do a spread. I'll share with you what I got from it. The pulling of the thread spread that I did is card 1 is the surface, what can be seen from the surface. 2 is the trap, what seems like the problem or solution but isn't. And 3 is the heart of the matter, the actual issue or solution. So it took me a few minutes of looking at the cards. Right off the bat, I knew what it was talking about. Okay, so I'm working on building my own website. I want to be able to do spiritual services and things for the public on a grander scale than what I'm doing right now with my small community. So the first card that I got, and I'll show you, is creation. I don't know if you can see that, but it's the universe. And it says creation. So, what this card told me is that what can be seen from the surface is what I'm creating right now. And everything that goes into that. The trap, what took me a few minutes to come to terms with, is balance. So what the guidebook says about balance is that it's about feeling a certain way, about feeling good about things, and that's not always what balance is. And so that's what it was telling me that my trap is that I feel like creating this website should feel good for me and be comfortable, and it should be all love and light, is what it was telling me that the trap is. Sorry, let me adjust my light a little bit. So, the heart of the matter, the final card, was what the actual issue is, and that is chaos. And so what I read in the book about chaos is that it is not going to be all comfortable. It is not going to be all love and light for me. I need to name the beast, basically. And just naming it will help me deal with it. But the chaos is that it's not going to be comfortable, and I'm just going to have to go through the growing pains of building this website and getting on my feet. So, this is what I thought the path was. This is what the path really is. The guidebook to this is deep. I mean, like, I had to read it 2 or 3 times per card to really grasp what it was they were saying. Let me give you like an example. Let me find chaos, for example, page 86. Okay, so this is the kind of things that it will say to you. It says, we each have our own chaos. The goal is not to let it rule you. It's easy to put in the junk drawer of our mind to revisit it at another time. The problem is that we can't predict when that drawer opens. It can leak out of us, beckoning us to follow. For some of us, it's intoxicating, an old lover, and gives us a high. For others, it looks like a snarling wolf ready to rip us apart. But name the chaos, acknowledge it for what it truly is, even if it scares you, even if you're dancing with it in a way that you know you shouldn't, a little too close for comfort. Let it know that you see it. Living in that shadow can be necessary. Sometimes the only way out of the pattern is through, but don't dress it up to make it more acceptable. Don't say you're in love when you know that they're a drug. You may not be able to muster enough energy to change in this moment, but the very best, call it what it is. Sometimes that is all that's needed to take the steam out of the engine, to put a little more weight on the brakes. So, I'm sorry, the light was kind of in it. I was looking off camera to read that, but it's a really deep guidebook. I'm really impressed with this deck, and I will be working with it a lot. The case to it, it's holographic on the outside. It's changing and shifts. It's got a magnetic clasp. And this in the back is also holographic and shifting. It's not an extra card that's stuck in there. I tried to get it out. It's not. It's just, it's the box, and it's really cool. So, this is the Empyrean in my form of a deck review. And I'm sure that you can get a flip through. Like I said, somebody will do a flip through of all of the cards for you so that you can see the deck before you purchase. I will put a link to the Empyrean link from Threads of Fate. And this is WhiteCircleShaman. Thank you so much.